guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a recreating one of my looks video. So for Friday night, I had to work somewhere for my future father-in-law. Why I helped him, I don't know. But anyways, and I did my makeup for it, so I'm going to be recreating that look. And now let's get started. First, I did my brows, so I went in with my e.l.f. brow instant lift brow pencil. And I didn't do my lips. We'll get there. So I'm going to use the ×3 magnification. Actually, should push these brows up even though they're up a good amount. My brows are starting to become more sparse. So I really need to like fill them in more. So I do it about halfway. Fill it in halfway first. Then I used my spoolie part, feathered my brows up. And my eyes watering. What?
Not working.
Oh shit. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not working? Oh.
So all our clothes? I have to figure out how I'm gonna do this.
Hmm. And then I kind of I came down to a point a little bit on the end. And then I took my spoolie side again and feathered that out. And kind of blended that out. Okay. And then I did the same thing on the other side. I need to like figure out how to speed this up. I need to like go to the camera settings or something. But for now, I'm just gonna I don't have a makeup correcting pen, so I'm gonna have to like work with what I have because I never repurchased one. And the reason I'm feathering it out or like blending it out is so it looks more natural. I guess I'm kind of glad that I didn't figure out. I'm not figuring out how to speed this up. But A, it looks more natural, and B, well, it just looks more natural. But make sure you watch on overblending because sometimes you can overblend and it just look like you didn't even put pencil there, like what I just did. Because it just wipes the pencil away. So, and I forgot to mention the shade I'm using. The shade I'm using in this pencil is taupe, which works perfectly for this time of year. Damn. Anyways, let's continue. I love the consistency, you know, the formula of this pencil is just so creamy. So then it's just like, oh, it's just like the best pencil that I could find in the drugstore. Well, for now. Because there's some brow pencils that I'm going to be trying. Especially because this part where um the arch of my brow goes up more now. Kind of hard. So I did that, and then I took my brow and mascara brush that I love to use for brows now. This brush right here. And I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide, which is what I usually use for brows. And they had a really good mirror in the bathroom. So I didn't do my makeup until getting to the job. So I didn't have time to do it here. I didn't do my makeup yesterday when I had to work there yesterday. I did my makeup Friday. And see, my brows are filled in, they're glued down. I did run the primer through my brows 3 times, as you seen with Best Brow. 3 times, just to really make sure they stick, because I didn't know how long we were going to be up there, up at the place. So then while my brows are drying, I used a little bit of the L'Oreal Hydra Genius moisturizer. I shook it up really well. Then I used about 2 pumps. and I really blended it into my skin. And I did put this on my nose and some primer on my nose just to give a little bit of something on my nose throughout the night. Even though I have glasses. It was just to do that. Ugh. Then I went into the Milani eyeshadow primer. And I used the brush I normally do with this product. Which I really gotta find a way. Gotta find my... way to clean these brushes. But it's alright. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of the spoiler, you know, of what I'm planning for next year. I have already planned 4 brands of drugstore to do like pregnancy safe makeup and really try it for next year. So I'm gonna be trying a lot of different things next year. So it's like anything that's not on that list is going to go in this bag and be used as my personal makeup for out in public, date night, all that. Now that box that I was going to use for my wedding makeup before I got a box to put everything in, that box is going to be what I put all the makeup in that I'm using for tutorials next year. So I was just letting you guys know. Alright, so then after letting that set for a few seconds, I used the L'Oreal La Palette Nude. I went into my fluffy crease brush right here. I went into the third shade, or no, actually, sorry, no. I went into my Equal Tools angled crease brush. I went into the the first two and the last shade, which are the glitter shades I use, and I actually used the mirror in the palette to do my eyes. For some reason, doing both eyes at the same time kind of helps. So then after that, I went into my crease brush. I went into the third shade in the palette and started my transition, which I really gotta wash these brushes. I think I'm gonna wash these brushes tomorrow while my fiance's at his job interview. Just gives me something to do. Because all these brushes need clean, and I gotta find a way to clean them all the way. Then after that, I took my Wing Me brush right here, and I blended the eyeshadow out a little bit just to make sure the shimmer really shows through the eyeshadow. Then I went into the fifth shade in the palette. And I put that on top. Going back and forth like a windshield wiper on a car. And then took that brush again, my Wing Me brush again. And blended my eyeshadow again. Too. Again, make sure that the shimmer is showing through. A little bit in the eyeshadow. And then after that, I took my detail brush. I went into the sixth shade, which is the darkest matte shadow in the palette. I put that on my outer corner to the middle, blended it into my crease a little bit. And voila. And I did the same thing on the other side. And then I again took my brush, I put it in between my index and middle finger to do this part. And really blended that shadow. Then I took my other angled brush. I think this is the angled shader brush. I went into the seventh shade in the palette, which is a shimmery bronzy color. And I stuck that on the other side of my lid. also blended that into my crease just to give a little bit of something on that inner corner without being too much. Alright. And then I took this brush and kind of just dusted. And then I took my liquid eyeliner from the Nightmare Before Christmas thing to do a little bit of eyeliner. It was pretty much like that. The middle out was thicker than the inner corner of the eye. Perfect. They're not like 100% even, but it's even enough. So we did that. I did that. Then I waited for that to dry. I kept the palette out to do the underneath like I normally do now. Then after that, I went into the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer again. This time I'm going to use the ×1. I squirted it on like that. And really like blended it out with my finger the best I could. And I don't remember my pores showing through. Or no, at the end of the day when we got home, when I took my makeup off, it did they were showing through. But that's to be expected. And I actually skipped my clay mask for this week that I use. I skipped it for this week for the fact that I didn't see a sense in really detoxing my face like that when I'm just going to put makeup on top. Now, if I wasn't going to do makeup tutorials or wear makeup this past week, I probably would have. Which this week, I'm not really going to do much makeup tutorials. Unless there's something that really stands out that I want to do. I'm going to find my chapstick. Then I let that sit for 30 seconds like you're supposed to let it activate the grip in it, in the formula. I don't know. Did I put it downstairs somewhere? I don't know. I need more chapstick. Then I have the Neutrogena Prep and Correct Primer. This I just squirted on my face as well. Just like that, because I am almost out of it. And then I left it out just in case I needed more. Which, in the end, I needed a little bit more. Because as you could see, I didn't have enough. To put on my forehead. So I had to. And this happened on Friday too. So I had to put a little bit more on. So that on that case I squirted it onto my finger. That didn't really work today because I didn't have it on. And then blended it in. And as you've seen, I did blend it onto my nose. Told you I blended some things onto my nose. So any of the primers that, blends into the skin, I put on my nose. Besides this next one, just because I don't. Or no, yes I did. Then I went in with the Maybelline Baby Skin. That I did just put on my finger. And I blended my fingers together like this. And then I went like that. And then I did tap it in, tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. Where's my sponge? Never mind, found it. Tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. And then I blended it down a little bit too. I think the other reason I didn't have very noticeable pores is because after using the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, I didn't use an actual highlighter into the end. And then I just put whatever was left on my finger on my nose. Okay. Oh man. Then I went in with the True Match Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. This is where it's gonna get a little different. I jump when that happens all the time. It always gets me. So this is one of the only products I did not put on my nose. I put it around my nose, but that's about it. I did not put it completely on my nose. So I gotta close this up and shake it again. I'm just running low on this product. Like, if you let this product sit in my bag for a minute, it like slides down and separates throughout the bottle. Like, it goes to all corners of the bottle. So here's where one of the things got a little different. But this is just to use the product up. So if you can see, I'm kind of blending it down towards my neck. Then I put a little bit on my forehead. I blend it up into the hairline. A little bit around my eyebrows. And it's just so natural and so beautiful. And here's where things get different with this product. So after that, I realized that's not enough for this product to serve its justice. So I went and put it right there and blended it down my neck. Where most of the foundation is going to cover it. But it still looked really pretty because the parts that the foundation and the rest of the makeup didn't cover, you could see this natural, beautiful glow. But it was also another product too. So we got that. Alright. Using the same brush, I'm going to go into the next body illuminizer, which is the Body Illuminator from the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. Has the bottle, you all know I hate like the application. So then I put it right there. Kind of let it fall down my chin to my chest area. Then I took this brush and blended it out. This is not so natural as the Lumi Glotion, but it was still really pretty. And I like the look of both of them together. Still trying to find my chopstick. And I didn't have a long shirt on that kind of covered the chest on either. So then after that, I went into my cream products. So first, I'm going into my Rimmel London Stay Matte Concealer. in the shade Espresso. To sort of bronze up the skin. So then, what bronzing? So I bronzed here. Of course, I'm gonna bronze around the mouth. Right here. So I'm gonna do that area first. And I definitely took a long time doing my makeup on Friday to make sure I got everything right and everything was blended. So I'm still using the ×1 magnification, but you'll see me switch in a minute. So I don't need any patchiness. Alright, then I'm gonna switch it to the ×3. I'm gonna blend it. No patchiness. So then I can move on to the next thing. Next part of my face. So then I did a little bit on my forehead. So I just put a line here and blended it out. So I blended it up and I blended it as far as I could. Then whatever I had to blend down, I blended down. But most of it was up. And I connected the two parts here. And I came on this side, blended it up, and blended what I could down. And it worked so well. And then it went like that and went that way. And this one I did have to put more on. Then, or no, I didn't. I guess I didn't. Okay. And I blended it up, blended it down, made sure it was really blended together. And then I'm gonna switch again. I think blended. I'm gonna say there's not much left because I had to beat it like 4 times. And there's still some right here. Then I went into the Wet n Wild lip and cheek color and the shade Shock Value as my cream blush, and I didn't use my standard lip and cheek color brush. This one, the foundation brush, I didn't use that one. I used the e.l.f. one. Which worked so good. it definitely did work great. So I did that, and then I blended out the edges with the brush, still using the brush. Then I went into my little white sponge, which I thought I got out. No, I didn't. It's right here. I used this to blend it, press it into my skin, give more of a flushed look. Like a fleshy cheek look, not a clown look. I'm gonna trust the process. Then I was gonna use it as lip color, but I didn't because I didn't have time. And I was also getting hungry at the time. So then I went into the Milani Conceal and Perfect, which is another reason why I think I didn't have so many pores on my face, like showing through. And then I went into my little spongy sponge here to blend it out. To add more matte products on top of the L'Oreal than glowy. I mean, at the end of the day, I did look glowy and greasy. Very, very glowy and greasy. Very. But that's because I wore it for so long that my oils were coming through. On top of the glowy stuff that the Lumi Lotion that I had on top, underneath, came through with the oils, so it was bad. Oh, and I forgot a step. So I'm gonna backtrack to the eyes really quick, and I used the Wet n Wild multi-stick with the Nightmare Before Christmas collection in the shade Peekaboo as my brow highlight. I didn't use it as inner corner highlight, I just used it as brow highlight. Or did I? No, yes I did. And that I did a little bit differently. I didn't just swipe it on like I am with this. So, now I'm going into the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. Going into my stipple brush. This is the brush I used that night. Start covering this up. So the reason I do my neck first and then I move up is so I can make sure I get even coverage and everything blends faster. Because I hate doing my face, then doing my neck, because then it ends up not looking right. I had this problem Friday night too. I'm just running out of foundation. And I'm gonna tell you now, I'm still gonna do an Ipsy unboxing or unbagging. But it's not gonna be my nose. And I did put a little foundation on like the tip of my nose right here. Just have something on my nose. But it's not gonna be my typical glam bag. I didn't get my glam bag. I decided to pause my subscription for my glam bag for December. And my fiance had got me 3 mystery bags instead that they were doing. So it was so nice of him. So I'm waiting on those. And once I get those, I'm probably going to trade that as my December glam bag thing. Even though it's not glam bag, it's mystery bags. So now I'm going into my sponge. I'm using the bottom first. The blush never comes through. Oh. The blush never comes through automatically. Like right away. But eventually it does. Because I could see, as the night was progressing on Friday, I could see the color of my powder blush changing because, again, the cream blush was coming through. And then I took my pointy part and blended out the edges. And then really pressed my cheeks in. I am getting very hungry, so. Alright. Then I went back into the Conceal and Perfect in the shade Ivory Rose. To conceal these dark circles that I have. And while I waited, I got my Airspun powder out. Got that ready. So then it didn't take as long. So then I took my Real Techniques brush. I blended it out, and then I took the tip and kind of blended it that way. So what I'm doing, my face itches, as I'm pushing it up into there. I'm blending it like this, and then I'm going through and blending it like that. Like really blend it. And then I'm gonna do the other eye really quick, and then I'll do the next part. Push, push. It just makes a more flawless concealer. And then I took my sponge and I made sure to press it into the skin for longevity. Then, while I was letting that dry, I took my powder brush, I dipped into my Airspun powder in the shade Translucent, I think. Translucent Extra Coverage. And I did circle motion. Really make sure. So, using this Airspun powder more and more made me realize something. Okay. It made me realize that, it's a very nice powder. Once you get over the scent, the strong baby powder scent, it's a very, very nice powder. And very affordable. So all in all, what I'm saying is it's a powder that I thought I would hate and actually love. Okay. Then I got a little bit more, used my powder puff here, this one. Really like powdered my under eyes. And then I dust off what was left. And I did the same thing on the other side. And kind of wiped off. Then I went in with my lip brush. Well, what's a lip brush? I use as an eyeshadow brush. I went into a mixture of the 5th and 6th shade. I'm going to use ×30 magnification. I used the L'Oreal palette that night to do this part, but today I'm just using this mirror. I love how more precise the application is when you use a lip brush like this. Something like this, like a lip brush or small concealer brush or whatever. Then I took the Wet n Wild multi-stick. I can't find the brush I used, so I'm just gonna go right in there. The reason I used the brush and didn't just go right in is because it can be a little dangerous, especially because this product does have actual glitter in it, and it can be a little dangerous. Right. I found it. Oh well. Now I'm going into the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush and Pinch Me Pink, and that blush brush I got in my Ipsy bag. Then I'm going to take my buffer brush and buff that into this guy. So I go back and forth like that, and then I'll do circles. I really like concentrating the color up here. And sometimes I'll even go back in with a back and forth motion. Then I'm going to take my fan brush. I'm going into the Hard Candy Rose Gold highlighter. I went into both of the gold shades, so the lighter and the darker gold shade. And then I just went like that, pretty. Put it a little on my chin, and a little on my forehead. Concentrating it on my cheekbones. And that's pretty much it. Besides setting spray, which is downstairs. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye!